The hidden force nobody talks about. You've been told manifesting your dream life is about hustle, grind, and endless positive thinking. You've been taught to push, force, and control reality. But what if I told you that almost everyone trying to manifest is actually doing it wrong? That their efforts are exactly why nothing seems to stick? Here's the secret no one whispers. Manifestation isn't about chasing, it's about alignment. And alignment is something almost nobody even understands. In fact, the very act of forcing reality is the biggest sabotage most people commit. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff. Below, the ocean churns with endless possibilities. You're told, jump, manifest. But if your body is tense, your mind anxious, your heart skeptically, never fly. Instead, you'll crash into the same timeline you've always lived. That tension, that inner friction, it's invisible, yet it blocks everything. Dark psychology shows us why this happens. Most people are unknowingly broadcasting signals of lack, fear, and desperation. They say the right words, write the affirmations, repeat the mantras, but their subconscious betrays them. That inner voice, the silent observer, it's always listening. It knows the truth. Do you really believe it, or are you just pretending? Here's the brutal part. The universe doesn't care about what you say. It responds to what you are, your energy, your coherence, your vibration. The moment your thoughts, emotions, and actions send conflicting signals, the field mirrors back chaos. And that's why manifesting feels impossible. But here's where it gets fascinating. There's a way to hack this. A method so simple, it feels almost criminal. It doesn't require hours of meditation or perfect wording. It doesn't require forcing, convincing, or struggling. It requires becoming. Becoming the version of you that already lives in the reality you desire. And in that shift, you finally become irresistible to the field. The puzzle pieces start moving on their own. Opportunities appear effortlessly. People show up, doors open. And here's the cliffhanger. This isn't just about thinking or feeling. It's about the hidden mechanics that decide reality before you even notice. The real question now is, how does this hidden system work? And why does almost everyone completely miss it? The quantum trap you're stuck in. Here's something most people never realize. Your reality isn't controlled by your effort. It's controlled by the invisible signals you send every second, every fear, every doubt, every desperate, I need this now energy. It's broadcasting into the field, shaping the timeline you experience. Think about it. Why do some people seem to attract everything effortlessly, while others grind endlessly and still get nothing? It's not luck, it's coherence or the lack of it. And coherence is terrifyingly simple to understand, yet almost impossible to practice under stress. Dark psychology reveals the trap. Humans are addicted to control. We've been conditioned to believe that the harder we push, the more we deserve. That struggle equals worth. That suffering is the price of achievement. But in the quantum field, that belief becomes your prison. You keep forcing outcomes, checking results, and wondering why nothing sticks. Here's the paradox. The moment you stop trying so hard, the field can finally respond. Stop micromanaging your life. Stop obsessing over outcomes. Stop clenching your desires with white-knuckled intensity. Instead, start being. Become the version of yourself that has what you want. Feel it, embody it, live it even, if nothing external has changed yet. But let's get deeper. It's not just your conscious mind that decides the outcome. Your subconscious is the true puppeteer. It's running your habits, emotions, and automatic reactions 95% of the time. You might say you want abundance, love, or health, but if your subconscious is wired for scarcity, rejection, or fear, guess what the universe delivers? The very timelines you're trying to escape. And this is where most manifestation advice fails. They teach you to think positive or visualize without addressing the hidden programs running under the surface. Your surface actions can be perfect, but if your internal system is chaotic, the field doesn't care. It mirrors your dominant frequency, not your intentions. Now, imagine if you could rewire that frequency. If you could align your subconscious, conscious, and emotional signals into one coherent force, the field wouldn't resist anymore. It would start bending reality toward you. But there's a catch, and a dark one. Almost nobody tells you how to achieve this alignment without triggering hidden resistance. And this resistance is subtle, insidious, and personal. The real question is, how do you stop sabotaging yourself from the inside out? The subconscious puppeteer here is the chilling truth. Most people think they in control of their lives, but they not. Their subconscious is the hidden puppeteer, silently dictating every thought, every choice, every emotional reaction. It decides whether your manifestation succeeds or fails, long before your conscious mind even notices. Think about your day. How often do you react automatically, without thinking? That autopilot is your subconscious at work. It's replaying decades of conditioning, fears, and old beliefs. Maybe you want love, but deep down, you feel unworthy. Maybe you want wealth, but your inner system is wired to fear scarcity. These hidden programs collapse the very wave of possibility you're trying to manifest. Dark psychology teaches us something crucial here. Self-sabotage isn't random. It's the body and mind protecting you from perceived threats. Your subconscious doesn't care if it's limiting you. It only cares about keeping you safe in the familiar. And familiar often equals suffering disguised as security. Here's the kicker. Even if you consciously practice affirmations, visualize the life you want, or meditate for hours, the quantum field reads the dominant signal, and your subconscious is usually louder than your conscious mind. It's the frequency that decides whether doors open or slam shut. So, how do you regain control? How do you hack the system that's quietly sabotaging you? The first step is awareness. You must observe your internal patterns, the hidden fears, the old scripts, the subtle self-doubt that creeps in unnoticed. This isn't easy. Most people avoid it because confronting the subconscious feels like facing a dark, uncomfortable truth. But once you confront it, once you identify the hidden puppeteer, something incredible happens. You can begin to align, to synchronize your conscious desire with the subconscious programming, to create a coherent energy that the quantum field can't resist. And this is where most manifestors fail. They try to shortcut the process. They want instant results, instant alignment. But coherence is an inside-out game. You must first stabilize your internal world before the external reality can shift. The question now becomes, what specific techniques can align your subconscious, conscious, and emotional signals so the quantum field finally responds? Here's the hidden rule almost nobody talks about. Manifestation doesn't respond to desire. It responds to coherence. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions must speak the same language. Otherwise, the field reads confusion and mirrors it back. Dark psychology shows why this is so rare. Most people live in contradiction. They want abundance, but feel fear. They want love, but carry self-doubt. They desire success, but cling to old habits. And the subconscious, it notices every mismatch. Every micro-contradiction becomes resistance. Here's the truth. Alignment is not magic, it's a system. A code that, when followed, makes the quantum field obey. And the first step is your emotional state. Your body is the transmitter. If you feel scarcity, your brain can't override it with thinking. You can recite affirmations, visualize, meditate, but if your nervous system is tense, doubtful, or defensive, the signal is corrupted. Think of it like a radio. You can want jazz, but if your dial is stuck on static, you'll only hear noise. Your body is the dial. Your subconscious is the amplifier. And your conscious mind, it's the listener, but often the weakest link. Here's the challenge. Most manifestors start with thoughts. Think positive. Visualize vividly. But the field doesn't read thoughts. It reads energy. Energy is coherence. Energy is the signal that combines your body, emotions, and mind. When these three move in the same direction, reality bends. When they don't, the universe mirrors confusion. Dark psychology uncovers one more layer: self-deception. People lie to themselves about alignment. They say, "I feel abundant," while gripping fear tightly. They claim to trust the process, yet check results obsessively. This creates internal friction, a subtle but deadly sabotage of manifestation. So, the critical question is, how do you realign the system? How do you synchronize subconscious programs, emotional state, and conscious desire into one unstoppable force? The answer isn't a trick, a hack, or a magic formula. It's a practice, a living, breathing recalibration. And in the next part, we'll dive into the first concrete steps to rewire your internal frequencies, so the quantum field finally starts delivering. Rewiring your internal frequency. Here's the harsh truth. Most manifestation techniques fail because they ignore the body. Your nervous system is the true gateway to the quantum field. You can recite affirmations, visualize endlessly, or dream big, but if your body is tense, fearful, or wired for scarcity, the field reads chaos. Dark psychology exposes a hidden layer here. Humans are trauma-coded. Your body carries experiences you don't even consciously remember. Every rejection, every failure, every not enough moment is stored in your nervous system. It becomes a default frequency, and it dictates what you manifest. The first step to rewiring is awareness. Observe where your body is holding tension. Notice the tightness in your chest, the knot in your stomach, the shallow, anxious breathing. These are not small details. They are the map to your subconscious programming. Next comes interruption. You need to break habitual energetic patterns. It can be as simple as taking a deep, conscious breath when anxiety spikes, or placing a hand on your heart when fear arises. These micro-actions signal the nervous system. I am safe. I am coherent. I am aligned. Then comes embodiment. Start living as the version of yourself who already has what you desire. Want abundance. Feel generous, even with small things. Want love. Open your heart in subtle ways. Want health. Treat your body as a temple, not a problem. These actions are not symbolic. They transmit energy. They recalibrate your frequency to match your desire. Here's the subtle danger. Most people skip embodiment. They think thinking or visualizing is enough. But dark psychology warns us. Humans resist superficial effort. The field mirrors authentic coherence, not pretense. Your body, emotions, and subconscious must all align. And here's the cliffhanger you need to feel. Even after you start practicing, the old subconscious patterns will resist. They will pull you back to scarcity, fear, and doubt. This is the hidden battle most manifestors never understand. The key is persistent alignment, not perfection. Now, the question becomes, how do you maintain this coherence when life throws chaos at you? That's exactly what we'll reveal in the next part, where overcoming resistance. Here's the secret that almost nobody admits. The biggest obstacle to manifestation isn't the world outside inside you. Your mind, body, and subconscious all conspire against you, not out of malice, but because they are wired to protect the familiar. Dark psychology reveals a crucial pattern. Resistance feels like fear, frustration, doubt, or procrastination. It's subtle, sneaky, and often disguised as rational thinking. You might think, I'm too busy, I'm not ready, or it's impossible. But these are not excuses. They are your nervous system signaling, don't risk the known, even if it hurts. The challenge: most people fight resistance with force. They overthink, and what happens? They amplify the very frequency they're trying to escape. Scarcity, fear, and lack become louder, and the quantum field mirrors them back. The breakthrough: flow, not force. You don't overpower resistance, you observe it, you acknowledge it. You create a space inside yourself where tension can exist without controlling your actions. This is where coherence begins. Here's a practical strategy. Notice the emotion, name it, and release the grip. This is fear. I see you. You don't control me. Then take one aligned action, however small, that embodies the timeline you want. One step forward, rooted in calm presence, shifts your signal more than hours of forcing ever could. Dark psychology teaches us another hidden truth. Humans often resist their desires because their subconscious is addicted to drama. Struggle feels familiar, comfort feels foreign. So your system may subconsciously sabotage alignment even when you consciously want it. The cliffhanger: what if I told you there's a method to trick your subconscious, to bypass its resistance and create automatic alignment? A way to make your body, emotions, and mind work together as a single unstoppable signal to the quantum field. That's what we'll reveal in the next part. The subconscious alignment hack. Here's a truth most manifestation teachers never tell you. Your conscious mind is the weakest link. It's loud, overconfident, and easily distracted. Your subconscious, that's the real ruler of your reality. It runs 95% of your life, quietly collapsing the quantum field into timelines you may not consciously choose. Dark psychology uncovers a hidden layer. Humans are pattern-seeking machines. Your subconscious defaults to what's familiar if it's limiting, chaotic, or painful. That's why you can recite affirmations, visualize vividly, even meditate daily and still feel stuck. Here's the hack: bypass the conscious mind and speak directly to your subconscious. You do this by creating micro-experiences that feel real in your body and emotions. Don't just imagine abundance, feel it physically. Don't just think love, let your heart actually soften and open in small, authentic ways. The body never lies. The subconscious registers felt reality, not fantasy. Start small. A simple practice: before sleep, visualize one moment of your desired life, your body, your surroundings, your emotions, so vividly that your nervous system experiences it as real. Hold the sensation for 60 seconds. No forcing, no judgment, just embodiment. Dark psychology also warns. Your subconscious resists abrupt change. That's why incremental, repeatable alignment is key. Micro-embodiments create a ripple effect, reprogramming old patterns without triggering defense mechanisms. Here's the suspense. Even with alignment, old timelines will try to pull you back. Scarcity, doubt, procrastination, they're like shadows stalking your energy. But the more consistently you anchor the new signal in body and emotion, the weaker the old patterns become. Slowly, inevitably, your subconscious starts operating on your timeline, not the old one. And here's the cliffhanger. There's a little-known emotional lever that accelerates this rewiring faster than visualization or affirmations alone. One action, if practiced daily, can dramatically increase coherence and make the quantum field respond like clockwork. The next part reveals exactly what that lever is and why almost nobody uses it. The emotional lever that changes everything here. The hidden truth. Manifestation, ET, about what you think, ET, about what you feel. Dark psychology exposes a quiet, brutal fact. Humans are emotionally addicted to drama. Fear, frustration, doubt, they feel alive. Comfort, trust, and alignment. Those feel foreign, even threatening. This is where the emotional lever comes in. It's not a trick, it's not visualization. It's an intentional, repeatable method to anchor the emotion of your desired timeline into your nervous system. When your body feels abundance, love, or health first, your subconscious collapses the quantum field to match that reality automatically. Here's how it works. Identify the emotional core of your desire. If it's abundance, the core is enoughness. If it's love, the core is openness. If it's health, the core is vitality. Then, every day, create real, physical micro-experiences that allow your nervous system to experience that core emotion, even in small doses. For example, want abundance. Give without expectation. Feel gratitude for what's already present. Notice moments of joy, however tiny. Want love. Offer small acts of genuine care, vulnerability, and presence. Want health. Move, rest, and nourish your body with intentional respect. The dark psychology twist. Resistance will rise. Your mind will mock. Your body will protest. Your subconscious will pull you back to old patterns. That's why micro-actions matter. Small, repeated emotional calibrations slowly overwrite the old program. Here's the cliffhanger. This lever, when combined with coherent thought, aligned action, and micro-embodiment, creates a gravitational pull in the quantum field that's almost impossible to resist. Reality starts bending toward you not because of effort, but because of frequency. And the next part will show the ultimate method to synchronize your mind, body, and emotions so perfectly that manifestation becomes almost effortless, your subconscious operating in total alignment with your desires. Mind, body, emotion, synchronization, the manifestation mastery. Here's the secret almost nobody talks about. Manifestation isn't a mental exercise. It's a systemic orchestration of mind, body, and emotion. Dark psychology uncovers why this is so powerful. Humans naturally operate in fragmented states, thinking one thing, feeling another, doing something else entirely. That's chaos. That's why your desires stay just out of reach. The mastery begins when all three align. Imagine your thoughts, emotions, and actions moving in perfect harmony, not forced, not staged, coherent. Every choice, every gesture, every breath signals the same thing. I am already living my desired reality. Here's a practical method. Start your day by checking your internal alignment. Ask, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I about to do? Notice gaps. Then take one small intentional action that harmonizes all three. Dark psychology shows that your nervous system loves patterns. By consistently embedding micro-lined experiences, your subconscious rewires itself to expect, accept, and mirror your desired timeline. Suddenly, manifestation shifts from a struggle to a flow. Here's the suspenseful truth. Even a single moment of total coherence, thought, emotion, action, perfectly sense can collapse a new timeline into reality. That's how powerful you are. That's why the people who manifest effortlessly aren't doing more. They've learned to become the frequency. And here's the cliffhanger for the final part. In part 10, we'll show the ultimate way to maintain this state even when chaos hits. You'll discover how to anchor coherence permanently, making manifestation automatic, unstoppable, and undeniably real. This is where theory turns into mastery. Anchoring coherence, manifestation, unstoppable. You've seen the patterns. You've learned the emotional lever. You know how mind, body, and emotion must synchronize. Now, the final step, anchoring coherence so deeply that manifestation becomes effortless. No forcing, no chasing, no frustration. Dark psychology teaches us this. The human brain resists change, but the body remembers. Your nervous system carries habits, fears, and old timelines. To manifest permanently, you must embed your desired frequency into every cell. That's the quantum shortcut nobody tells you. Here's the method. Create anchor moments. These are brief, repeatable rituals that signal to your subconscious, this is the new timeline. It can be as simple as a breath paired with a feeling of gratitude, a moment of joy, or the physical act of generosity. Each time you do this, the subconscious updates, the quantum field responds, and your reality bends closer. Here's the truth few admit. Mastery isn't perfection, it's returning. You will wobble, fear will creep in, doubt will whisper. But each time you consciously realign thoughts, emotions, actions, you reinforce the new signal. Coherence compounds, momentum grows. The field begins to respond automatically. Imagine this. Every day, you walk, breathe, and act in alignment. Tiny micro-choices, consistent emotional calibration, and subconscious rewiring create a life where what you desire no longer feels like a goal, it feels inevitable. You don't chase, you don't struggle, you embody, and reality mirrors you. The ultimate dark psychology insight. Humans are energy creatures. The quantum field reads energy, not words. By mastering coherence, you become irresistible to the reality you desire. It doesn't matter what others do. It doesn't matter if circumstances shift. Your aligned signal is constant. Your manifestation is unstoppable. So here's the final invitation. Start today. Identify one micro-action that harmonizes mind, emotion, and body. Do it deliberately. Feel it fully. Repeat. Anchor. Watch the quantum field respond. And remember, this isn't magic. It's mastery. It's the art of being your desired reality. The paradox. The easier you make it for yourself, softening, feeling, embodying, the faster the quantum field delivers. You've been given the roadmap. Now step in. Become the coherence. Become the frequency. Become unstoppable.